Well, hey, welcome back, friends. It's Friday night, May 2nd, almost 10 o'clock, and we're down in the basement grow room transplanting our tomatoes. So, did things a little different this year. I started them in these little soil blocks. They're actually doing quite well. I just broke up, these are the True Black Brandywine, and this little soil block maker, I think, makes 25. Well, hello there. So get how's it going, Iva? Got 25 little tomatoes. And so what I'm doing is just kind of looking at them, and I'm picking the ones that just seem to look the best. Oh, you'll like them. The True Black Brandywine's probably my favorite tomato. It's an early tomato, relatively early compared to the other stuff. I've got some Kellogg's Breakfast here and some Dester tomatoes. So I'm weeding down the pack here. We got 25 plants, and I'm only saving the best 9. So the ones that look kind of the most vigorous. You go filling out the little block there. Kind of doing the soil blocks because of all the benefits. You know, as it sends the roots, it air prunes, and then once it hits the air, it stops going out, but then it focuses on creating more roots on the inside of the block. That's hilarious. Yeah, Dester's probably my my favorite slicer. It's an all-around good tomato canning and stuff like that. This would be the little capillary roots that spread out, and ultimately this whole block ends up getting filled with roots if it were left like as a block like this. But it's just the right size. So what I've been doing is making my little seed starting mix. I've got my pro mix. I put in some worm castings, guy green dust, azomite. Mix that all together. That's the potting mix. Then I make my holes. I'm using my dibber, which is kind of nice. It's got marks at about every inch. So I go about 2 inches down and just kind of hollow that out a little bit. And then it makes it really easy to push the blocks in and then bring the grow mix, the soil around it. So, what else are you growing this year? I've got let's see, Chadwick cherry. I've grown that every year for the last like decade. My black cherries, DWC, which is kind of a custom variety. My buddy Tom, Frugal Prepper, he's got some seeds of that. And then these are all Italian paste tomatoes, because we do a lot of canning, and I wanted to make sure there was plenty of sauce tomatoes. So I'm probably going to do a whole tray, maybe 2 trays of that, because I've got some friends that are probably going to want some of those too. So I'll save a good chunk of these, but all of those are Italian paste. But they're my little plant babies. Nice and healthy. And it's kind of good that, you know, the spring's been a little cool. So we're a little behind the 8 ball. These plants aren't going to be as big as in years past. They'll catch up pretty good over the next couple weeks, because I typically don't put these in the ground until Memorial Day weekend. So we still got about 3 weeks, and they're really going to accelerate. once I get them out to the greenhouse, which is the plan. I may even take them out to the greenhouse tomorrow because it's a little overcast and we're supposed to get kind of off and on rain, which is really the perfect time to harden off plants because the sun is kind of mitigated or muted anyway from the cloud cover, and they need a couple days just to get used to the intensity of the sun and develop enough photoreceptors to receive it. Otherwise, they bleach out and they can really hurt the plant. But look at these peppers. Look how green they are. They're just like super healthy, super happy. So I try to agitate them a little bit when I'm down here. Kind of stimulate them. And I'm bottom watering these, so these I label with the painter's tape. I need to put some more water in that tray. But I'll fill that tray up about an inch of water, and then pots will soak it all up. They're doing pretty good. I know when it's really time to water because this soil mix will start to pull away from the sides of the pot a little bit. And then my buddy Paul, I made this video the other night, but we started some herbs together the other night. They haven't sprouted yet. It may be a little bit longer. It may take up to a week before we start seeing some stuff. I've got some more peppers I need to separate. My little baby peppers. Look at that. Again, I'm a couple weeks behind, but no big deal. A lot of this stuff we're harvesting middle of the summer all the way through like October. So there's plenty of time to get stuff done. And so I'm just kind of doing a little bit by a little bit, not, staying up to like 1, 2 in the morning trying to get it all done in one day, but just doing a little bit at a time. I'll probably get these remaining tomatoes, maybe another tray done, and then I'll probably call it a night and then work on the others tomorrow at some point. Kind of a new thing I did this year was a sifter tray. I should have made a video on this when I built this, but pretty simple. Just get the 1/4-inch screen, and that's worked out real nice to get all the bigger stuff out of the mix, so it's easier to work with. And this stuff can hold an incredible amount of water. When we were getting everything ready to make the soil blocks Wednesday night, there was quite a bit of water I put in the tray to get it to the consistency we wanted. Well, it worked out pretty good. So, whatever I don't get potted up, I'll have to water a little bit. And I've been using my little backpack or my 1-gallon sprayer to flood the trays a little bit and let it seep in. And it's worked out really well. So, that's kind of what we got going on. I don't know if you're still there, Iva, but what do you got going on? You still messing with seeds? Notice I'm wearing the gloves because this Pro Mix, it's got a lot of like chipped like leaf bark and like or tree bark and um, all kinds of stuff in it, and some of it's kind of horrible. You can pick up little splinters. So if I'm messing with this, potting stuff up, I've been starting to wear these gloves to kind of keep my hands cleaner. Once they're established, or once it's like wet, it's more of a problem when the mix is dry. When it's wet, it's no big deal because everything's soft. It's not gonna you don't run the risk of picking up the splinters and the little bits in your fingers. So tomorrow, I'm gonna try to get out to the garden, and depending on the weather, we're gonna try to cultivate some beds and then plant some onions. I got my Dixondale onion sets a little while ago, and so we're gonna try to get some of that situated. Maybe hang out with my dad a little bit. I'm sure he'll be around. My buddy Paul is probably gonna be hanging with me, and then gonna get some of the kids, I think, involved. I don't think they're real excited about that, but and I don't have the help because some of the kids are aging out of the system, so to speak. But I'm hoping to have a few extra hands tomorrow to help me get some of the stuff in the ground. We were able to get the garden all laid out. It's ready to go. We just have to prep some beds, like where we're going to be planting stuff, and go from there. So overall, we're off to a decent start. So, all right, I guess that's it for now. Till next time.